G'day guys, welcome back. I'm going to do another straight pour. Actually, I think this will be a jiggle pour. And I'm going to go with my pinks and reds, gold, a little bit of purple. We'll see how that goes. So, same as before, last two videos, I'm using Fleotrol for the pouring medium. My white, because I haven't got much Artist Loft left, I'm using the Mont Marte. So I've gone 3 parts Mont Marte white, Mont Marte white, it's a tongue twister. 3 parts that to 1 part that. And then 1 part of the white mix to 2 parts Floetrol. So that's the white. I have got Extreme Sheen Gold and Extreme Sheen Amethyst, and they have been mixed 2 parts paint to 1 part Floetrol. So they're quite thin paints. And then my Liquitex Basics mixed 2 parts Floetrol to 1 part paint. I've got medium magenta, aquamarine blue, cadmium deep red, and magenta. So those are my colours. Now the white's going to sit there for the puddle, and I really want the pink centre, pink with the gold on the centre. So a bit of that, a little bit of gold. The gold does feel really thick, but don't thin it down, otherwise it'll just disperse and you won't even see it. Some pink, and then some white. And yeah, we can go red next to the white this time, because it doesn't matter if we get more shades of pink. I'm happy with that. And then let's put in some of this amethyst. It's a purple. And then the blue. And then I'm going to go with the, actually, alright, let's do a bit of gold. It's just that the green, it's going to get green, I think. Bit of white. Settle down, doggies. And we'll go the light pink next to the dark pink, and then the gold, a little bit of gold. And I don't want to put the 2 metallics together, so we'll go with the red. This is a slightly bigger canvas this time. Again, I'm nearly out of my squares, the 40 centimetre by 40 centimetre. This is a 40 by 50, so 16 by 20. I'm hoping I've got enough paint. To cover the surface. Should do. The white definitely seems thinner than the other paints. A little bit more gold. Might as well finish the gold off, I think. Just got to be careful not to scrape it, because it's the same cup that I was using this morning. And it's so hot today in Queensland. It's 36 degrees outside, Celsius. So hot. So my paints have dried really quickly in their little cups. So they've started getting, you know, the little dry bits. I've just got to be careful how I scrape some of them out, because they've been sitting. Alright, that's a nice big full cup. Didn't even use all my blue. That's okay. I'm still taping, yes. Okay. A little bit of white. I probably shouldn't do that, because it's made a dent, because it's a big heavy cup. I probably should move the canvas out of the way, because I did actually make a dent there. Alright, now this one I'm going to do a jiggle pour, nice and slow, because yeah, I want to get the fingerlings. Just going up and down, jiggling my cup slowly. It's a bit hard to do it when your cup's full, but as you get less and less in the cup, it's a little bit easier to do. You'll find even with a straight pour, you will get these fingerlings anyway, because the paint kind of folds out on top of itself. But I'm just accentuating it and getting a little bit more of the fingerlings happening by giving it more of a fold on top of itself. Just letting that last little bit of that magenta come out. Kind of had a little bit of a tail flick out. All right, let me torch. I always prefer this side to that side. Popping bubbles. Torch is starting to behave itself now. It's actually no, it's a different torch. I'm just wondering why it's behaving itself. It's the red one, not the new green one that I just put on. Okay, now, shoe fly. A little bit of white around. I'll use up all the white because I'm not going to be doing this technique again for a little while. Better not scrape that too much, hey? Get bits in it. So when I'm done with the pour, I put it on the table underneath here. Well, there's a shelf under there. I use the table behind me. I've got two big tables, so the one I'm using and then a spare behind me that I put my paintings on and also my students' paintings on. And then I drape a big sheet over the whole table so that we don't get any bugs in, no flies. It's just this time of year in Queensland, there's flies everywhere, as you can see, flying around in front of me. I haven't got any doors or windows open. I don't know where they're coming from. They just come in. So that's, at least I can do that to protect pores from bugs. It's a good idea if you're struggling with bugs yourself. If you've got a table, even if you put your art on the floor under the table, and then drape a big sheet over the top. It's got to make sure, obviously, that it doesn't go into your painting. If you push your painting right back into the middle, you should be okay. Stop your bugs from coming in. Otherwise, I use a big food net, giant food nets. They work really well too. Okay, let's do this. I love that there, the gold next to that purple. Maybe it's the white next to the purple. I don't know. It looks pretty though. That red's doing something weird. Looks like, look at that. It's like lightning or something. It's pretty cool. I don't think that's really going to help. I just want to go over each corner as I get to it rather than come back. So I don't want to ruin my composition. We'll see how that goes if I just go over to each corner once. Although I'm missing this bit here now, aren't I? My corner, this bit here. Okay, back to the middle. Amethyst's doing weird things too. I have to go that way so I can get to that side there. It's giving me the impression that my mix is too thin. Look how it's moving. I did mix my red a little bit thinner because it was like really lumpy. Now the abstract one, by the looks of it. Go away, fly. I don't know, maybe it's just because it's so hot in here today. I have got the air conditioner on, but it's still really hot in here. I'm sweating. It's hot. Whoops. That fly is driving me crazy. You're going to get swatted in a minute. Yeah, I don't know. It's maybe because I've got two of the metallics in there, or maybe it's just because I've made my red a bit thinner than I normally do. Just it moved really, really easily, the paint, and it's kind of lost its composition a little bit. I think it's still really pretty though. It's more of an abstract one, like the one that I did last time. My previous one is a bit more of an abstract as well. Just going to put some purple there. Let it flow over, because that corner is bare. Does that look weird, that little bit of gold there? No, I'll leave that. There's a little bit of gold on this corner as well. Whoops, and you need a little bit of pink just there, don't you? With the magenta. It's really important, you know, if you want the fingerlings to have your mix nice and thick. But yeah, it just wasn't happening today. It's just a bit not as thick as it should be, and I think the culprit was that red, because it's still leaving a mound though. Yeah, it was just really glumpy, so I added more water to it. But hey, that's really interesting, isn't it? This one and the previous one are both really interesting. The composition of them, more abstract, hey, like I said. All right, let me take you down for a close-up. I do like the colours though, so the colours have worked well. Not as pink as what I had in my mind. The blues really come through, even though I only had the one blue shade. It's really come through, but I think that's really quite pretty, isn't it, against the other paints. And you can see it's got some really pretty effects in here of the pink and the gold and the white. It's kind of have a bit of lacing there. It's really different. Okay, I'll take you down, see what you think. And then this is enough pours for today. I've done 3 today, 3 in this style. So I think I'll move on to something else. Now these little fingerlings are really pretty. Whoops. Battery notification. 15% left on my battery. I better get a wriggle on. Oh dear. So these are going to be really pretty when they're dry. See the purple? It's got little gold tips at the end. I've never seen that before. That's really pretty. And then over here, look at that, the magenta against that aquamarine blue. And then here, this is what I was telling you, there's some weird, I don't know how to explain it. Oops, the camera's going weird colours. It's just the gold in there with the pink. Yeah, it's really pretty. It's kind of cloudy, very soft looking. We've got our fingerlings in the middle there. More stripies up the back. And then over here, as I said, my white did feel a little bit thin. I'm still experimenting with this new Mont Marte white with the satin enamel, and I think it's a little bit thin. And in there is that amethyst, the Supreme Sheen amethyst, so that's doing a weird little thing in there as well. Colours aren't showing up the best, I'm afraid, with the camera. So there you go. This corner is really interesting as well. You can see the gold shimmering through there. So yeah, really pretty, really different, interesting. Little piece of abstract pour. So let me know if you guys like this sort of pour, the more abstract, or whether you prefer the more traditional one where you can see all the rings. It's more circular. I don't know, I think it's just nice to have a bit of a difference, isn't it? You get what you get. You can't really dictate too much what you're going to get. But I do think this is more abstract because my mix was a bit thin. Alright, I'll leave it at that. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you real soon for the next one. Okay, bye for now.